It's a pretty like cute, quaint table for sure. It's tiny. It's also not even. Like it's not.
I mean, this one's not even on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
I expect more out of Dean
That's
Stanfield.
fully not touching the ground.
Right.
It's a three-legged table.
Okay, so when we thought of this table, we actually were with another guy who was around, but he's not around anymore. But he loved cocaine, and he loved the idea that we'd have a table at the creek where famous people would do cocaine off of a glass.
Like porcelain table, like stained glass, almost.
Like Al Pacino table.
Okay, yeah.
And Dean
So you
said,
can, like, film it from underneath, or
I can build that.
Not it at all.
He showed up 3 months later with this.
This is just a wood table with blue on it.
Yeah.
It's just,
He kept looking at it later and later, and he would use the excuse that his dad was working on it, and his dad just got sadder and sadder. Like, my dad's hands hurt. He can't get the table done.
Jesus, I mean, why volunteer if you're gonna put your dad through pain to
He
make
was
a
just
table?
torturing his.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like, come on, Dad. This is for my friends.
My friends want to do cocaine off this table. They can't do cocaine off this table, Dad.
I'm sorry, son.
Yeah, I like this table. All right, guys, this is the Your Last Resort podcast. This is episode 137. We're in a new space, new studio here at the Creek in the Cave. We're with reoccurring guest Daylen Mendonca, and then first-time guest Colton Dowling. Thank you for doing the podcast. I appreciate it.
Thank you. How does it feel to be a recurring guest?
I don't know. It feels good.
It feels like if he makes it, you're going.
Yeah. I don't want to attach you. I just want to use you as much as possible and then get rid of you.
Yeah, it feels like, I'm here for the moment.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Do you do a lot of shrooms then?
I have in the past. I took too many at one point, and it just, it got squirrely a little bit.
I'll never. So he
It
took.
got squirrely. Is that your brain?
My brain got a little squirrely, and yeah.
We took he took them right when we moved in together, and he took them just on a Sunday afternoon by himself, solo dolo, and was like, I'm gonna go on walks. And I came down to, we have a grass area in our apartment complex, but no one goes there. It's like the place where dog shits, and that's it. They got grills and tables, but no one's eating there.
No.
Yeah.
And I look, and there's a dude with a hood on and headphones, and he's kind of just sitting at the table. And as I'm walking down, I'm like, who's this fucking psychopath sitting in the dog shit area? And he looks up and he just goes, hey, man. And I was like, oh, God, it's you. And he's like, I'm having a rough time right now.
Dude, that was I saw you, and I could see that you were clocking that this is a weirdo fucking guy, and I was just going to ignore it because I was that embarrassed and that vulnerable. I was like, I don't want him to see me.
But then you opened right up.
I had to face, because I had to face you with the truth immediately. I couldn't lie in that moment.
It felt bad. Well, when I found out it was you, I was relieved, because at first I was like, this is just a crazy person in our apartment. I'm going to call the cops or something.
But to other people, I'm still a crazy person.
Yeah. You're lucky I found you first instead of the police or our neighbors or some shit.
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot.
Just take mushrooms by yourself? Or
well, actually, weed reacts to me like a psychoactive, whatever.
Oh,
I don't know what that
okay,
means.
yeah.
So, if I have a little bit of weed, I'll go on a fucking journey. I am tripping balls. One time, I was taking my 2 dogs for a walk, and this pit bull walked up, and he was just kind of a dick.
Yeah.
But when you're tripping, that's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, why does he not like me?
Yeah, and then I was like, his owner must have taught him to hate gay people. So I went back up to my apartment, put my dogs up, got some chocolate muffins, found out where that dog lived, and threw them up on his fucking porch. I think the dog was like, gotta stop being mean to gay people.
So weed does that to you. Have you ever done actual psychedelics?
Yeah.
Is it just going to the fucking moon then, or is it almost the same?
It's actually breezier.
Oh, that's so weird.
Because the expectation is that you're supposed to go.
Okay.
So when you're kind of just floating, you're kind of just like, yeah, it's cool. I'm a lot more talkative. I have pretty crippling ADHD.
Okay.
So what I found is that if I can occupy this much of my brain while something is happening, then I can think clearer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get what you mean.
So like I listen to blaring music all the time.
Yeah, because it helps you like focus in. It almost takes the voice and the distractions away. That
So I only think of one thing.
that's good. I get that.
I feel that way. Same like when I was in school. The only time I could write is if I was in a class that I ignored.
Right.
And that's when I would get the most work done. When I was in somewhere where I was like not paying attention, but I'm still just actively ignoring one thing so I could function correctly on another thing. It's such a weird.
Sounds vague, but I know you're being specific. I am thinking that you had like an frenemy in class. I have to ignore you, dude, or else I can't learn about Napoleon, my brother.
Just some annoying fucking person trying to talk. Yeah, kind of like that. Actually, the way I got into comedy was that I was so bored in my math class in college that I just started writing jokes.
What kind of jokes?
They were, like the worst kind of like.
Do you have those
I
jokes?
saw it. Thank God I don't.
I wish you did. That
God,
would be
I
so
don't.
fun.
I do remember one specifically because I worked at a casino. I worked at like a casino restaurant that was like open 24 hours. It was a shithole.
Yeah.
And I just remember seeing people come in, and I met the Rat Pack. Those dudes came in one night. He was at the Harris Casino
Like Miles
in Reno.
Davis and
like Frank Sinatra, aren't they dead?
No.
are they
They're
dead?
like
Yeah.
they're like a cover band of them.
Oh,
So-
okay. That's
So when
lame.
you said like the Rat Pack, you really meant
Because
like
I thought it was them. I had no clue. I didn't know. I was like, oh, shit, nice to meet you. Like I had no fucking clue. And I wrote a joke about that in my math class.
Yeah.
Terrible.
What was the joke?
It was, do you want to hear the joke? It was
Yes.
literally just me being like, and I thought they were the real Rat Pack.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Did you?
It was like,
right?
yeah,
my
that was
God.
it. Yeah.
Nice. Just all set up. I love it.
Yes.
I hated stories like that just end with, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
That was pretty much it. That was the impetus of my comedy going. where
That's
I was
really
like, wow,
funny.
that's so
Math
funny of
class.
me.
What math?
It was weirdly enough, I was a physics major in college, but they didn't take any of my high school credits for my math, so I didn't do
Did you go to really like bad high school?
terrible high school. It was also Nevada.
Trailer park trash.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
from Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, he said casino. He's casually working at a casino.
That was
As
actually
if that's okay.
That's what people in his town like dream of being.
my
That's
family was
their
proud of
big
me when I
aspiration.
got that job. It was a good job. They're like, wow, man, he
Now
made
don't
it
you
big.
stray too far from the tables, or else you're out of the slot machines like your uncle.
Dude, I remember I was like a bus guy. I bussed tables and was like a host there, but there was a guy that ran Keno at the restaurant, and I thought he was the man. I was like, bro, this guy has the life. The reason I was so jealous of him because he told me, he was like, yeah, dude, it's a pretty good gig. Like, I just hang out, give people numbers, and I have like 1,000 in my checking and 1,000 in my savings. And I was like,
I mean, that's impressive to me right now.
oh my God. I was like, this guy is God.
Yeah, nah.
This guy rules.
When you're young, you're so easily impressed by people that are the
Yeah.
biggest losers. There was this guy when we were like 13, 14. We were drinking my buddy's garage, and he lived upstairs, and he would come down and buy us like beer and food and then bring us
An
upstairs and
adult
show
man?
us his like metal records. And he was like, yeah, bro, I'm like the manager of the yogurt land down the street. And I was like, that's so sick. But then
Wait, how old are you?
I was like 12, 13, 14, like just getting into high school, like junior high school age.
Yeah.
And then, I shit you not, like 23 years old in college, he still was working at that Yogurtland, and I would see him, and he would be like, Brandon, how are you? And I'd be like, oh my God, you were a loser, dog. Like you hung out with 12 and 13-year-olds and got them drunk. What's wrong with you?
Okay, that's a good point. So I've been on this kick of like, if I work
Hanging
at
out with
Costco,
children?
No. well, that is something where I don't trust myself to like say the right thing, so I don't go around children at all.
Fair, yeah.
I go, that's their parents' fault. I
Yeah.
mean,
I curse too much. I've gotten in like whenever I'm around other kids, the parents always seem to be like, go away.
right. And I don't have to. I have strong stances on Jesus, anti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say things that just completely ruin shatter the structure of their family. So I stay away from kids.
Also, a lot of parents don't want their kids around a gay guy. They're going to be like, you're going to taint them or something crazy, you know? There has to be that, too, especially in Texas.
I don't know because I haven't been around a lot of parents. I feel like parents these days are like, can you please meet my kid? They don't have enough gay influences.
I was going to say.
Can you please go to my house and tell them what it's like?
Yeah, they need him for the school project.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm going to show up on some college kid's entry essay.
Yeah.
I met Colton. It changed my world. Who's your hero? Colton. He goes out there and he's gay every day, whether people like it or not.
So brave.
Out of context,
brave.
a strange man came to my house and he helped me figure out I was gay when I was a young boy.
Yes.
Like, excuse me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I helped him. I helped him figure out for himself. He touched himself.
Yeah.
To me, but that's not my fault.
Brandon, are you sure that guy wasn't like a little gay dude? Like a secretly gay man that was just into 12-year-olds?
He might have been because
He's a pedophile of some sort.
I honestly think he was because it was like, the stories fluctuate as people tell different ones, but like a few other homies were like, yeah, like you didn't go up there with him, like us two just went up there and there were like heroin needles and he would say weird creepy things, but I'm also like, it's like the 13th time we've told this story. Are we just starting to exaggerate because it's not funny anymore that he was just weird? He has to have now raped us or something.
Yeah. This story's old news.
This shit's lame, dude.
This is straight improv rules. You got to heighten.
Yeah.
He raped me, and you're like, yes, and he raped me too.
But I remember at 12, if you saw cigarettes, your mind would jump to the next, to the next, to the next, easy. You'd be like, I saw cigarettes, which means he probably had crack cocaine.
Yeah. He could have also, the guy was fat. He could have just had insulin or some shit. We were like, he has heroin.
That's exactly right.
Just being an asshole to this guy.
I would love a job that I didn't have to worry about,
Yeah.
Like, that does
No
sound
brain
nice.
power kind of job.
There is something
Yeah.
sweet where you're like, that guy probably pulls in like $60K a year. He manages a yogurt land, just does his own thing. And you're like, there's got to be something kind of fun about that, kind of sweet. Maybe it'd be fun to do it for like 2 months. And then I'm sure we'd be like, this is sad.
Honestly, I did a weekend at the racetracks where I hawked beer.
Wow, yeah.
And I had to get up at 6 a.m. and I was like, look at me. Look at me. I'm a hero. I packed a lunch with a brown bag. I wrote Colton on it. No one was going to take my pack lunch.
Cute. That's cute.
But I got there and I was like, hey, boss. And I had a boss. And the boss was completely unqualified, fucking terrible at her job. But I was like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
If this whole business, if this whole racetrack burns to the ground today, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And it was so nice just living that life where you just
a
didn't
one direction
care.
kind of like, this is all I got to do today.
No
fear.
fears.
Yes.
No, because like we were even talking about it on the way here. Like we're on shows together, and he's on the 8 and not the 10. And he was like, I'd love to be on the 10, but it's so nice that my day's done after 8. He's like, I can get fucked up, no more stress. And I was like, I gotta until my set's done, I gotta be somewhat paranoid. Right. And it's kind of the same thing with that job, where if you don't give a fuck, we've all had those jobs where you're like, I'm quitting soon. I don't care. You take 6 lunch breaks.
Best jobs. Best jobs.
On your phone.
God.
You make everyone else do work because they're too nice to say no. When you're like, can you do this for me? And they're like, yeah, I guess. You're like, thanks.
The power of being able to be a dick sometimes is fucking great.
It's beautiful.
It's so nice.
Yeah. You could steal stuff.
Oh my God. I would love to.
Just truly.
Yeah.
I sometimes I go, you could create a whole life around that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
totally.
but somewhere along our path,
Yeah.
our parents were like, and they're worthless.
Yeah.
Those people. And so we think that that's not an option, but it's an option.
I think about that all the time. Like, if I didn't have my mom in my life, dude, I could be like a criminal and just enjoy my life.
Right.
You know? It's not like I don't want to be I want to be a
What
criminal.
kind of criminal?
Just a thief, like a drug dealer, like anything.
You
know?
do
You've been a drug
stupid
dealer?
crimes.
Yeah,
you'd
that sounds like a
steal
stupid
fire
crime.
hydrants and resell them to people.
No, I would definitely be the guy that's like, put that ATM in my truck.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out when we get home. I would love to do that shit.
I mean, if you had a solid drug game going,
Yeah.
and you started stealing shit too,
Right.
I'd kill you. I'd be like, yo, we got a good thing going. Why do you need to go steal chapstick from Whole Foods?
That's the thing. I'm a dreamer, dude. I gotta keep going. You know? It's never enough.
It's the principle.
Isn't there also kind of programmed in you too the same way though, where deep down you're like, I want to live on a rural farm, like by no one, and just have a wife and kids and a family and a blue collar life.
Yeah.
And you're like, that sounds, in hindsight, that would be awful.
Yeah.
The only people you see are your family. Kill myself. But
Yeah.
that's programmed in you where like that, there's just times where I'm like, I drive by a house and I see that and I'm like, I should be doing that instead of these 11 p.m. open mics. And I'm like, what's happening right
I
now?
forget about that sometimes, yeah.
What I do too, eat with the wife and child and
as soon
everything.
as I was
I'm not like
bad.
it's not like a gay version. That version lives in my head. you know how confusing that is for me. Well, I'm like, yeah, me and Susie. I'm gonna hate Susie after a while. Her pussy feels good until it doesn't. That's how Susie's whole works.
But that's the cool part is that you can have a whole nother part of you can have a fantasy within a fantasy of you cheating on your wife with dudes.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Come on now.
Well,
Like inception of that's awesome.
I'm going down to the market. You're going down to the market 4 times this week, Colton. They go down to the market, Susie. Your hoe doesn't feel good. I mean, we need sugar.
Yeah, you really thought about this.
Yeah. Cool.
How do I
man.
do that?
I hope you and Susie do well.
I hope so too.
Shit.
Let me just, I'm paranoid, so and we don't have a guy sitting over there, so I want to just go make sure everything's running.
Yeah, you're good. We'll hop back. We can cut this out, or we'll just do stuff. I know that feeling. I've recorded podcasts.
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah,
I get done and they're like, "That was great." I'm like, and none of it recorded. So you want to pretend that all again? I'm gonna ask you the same questions, and we're gonna make sure we do that one bit. That was funny. Yeah. That's the fucking. That's the worst. So
You had some questions for Colton, right?
yeah, we have some questions. I also want to hit you with some would you rathers because we do would you rathers kind of throughout the podcast sprinkled in. Would you rather have the ideal body type or $100,000? See,
Ideal body type.
the 100,000 is so much money, but I didn't think that any of us wouldn't pick the ideal body type.
All right, but like think ideal body type different for all dudes.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying your ideal. I mean, yeah, I guess, but I also know I don't think any of us like our ideal body type is like a fat piece of shit. So we're like, we can get 100K and eat donuts forever. Like, I think we all want to be jacked in some different form, probably.
True. Yeah.
So it's like you could just that would be the fire part though, is you could eat like shit and you just have an 8-pack and you're jacked. You have the ideal body.
I mean, that would be tight.
I mean, I feel like you're bolstering the position that we already have. I mean, to me, I'm going $100,000. It's a lot, but it's not like a life-changing amount. Like I know crackheads with $100,000.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Like it's a lot, and it would be tremendous help right now. But I mean, would I go on Fear Factor and drink donkey jizz? I would.
Yeah.
Okay,
Crackheads do have a pretty good body type usually too. Like there's some good looking crackheads out there, so they kind of have both best.
I was like, what are you doing with that body? You know,
dude. I see some of the homeless people around town, and I'm like, I would kill to have your body. Dog. What is your diet?
Well, I just talked to a guy who go, I've been trying to be authentic,
Yeah.
So
sure,
if somebody
sure.
goes, how are you doing? And you usually go, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been going like, you know what? I'm going to tell people how I am. So one guy goes, hey, how are you? And I was like, I could be better. And I look up and it's a homeless dude.
Fuck.
And he's just wearing a fucking tarp. And he goes, yeah, I haven't eaten since yesterday, unless you count onion rings. And I was like, we do. We count onion rings. You ate. You're fine.
Yo, what an unnutritional meal out of everything. And onion rings are way more expensive than a bunch of other things on the menu item.
He could have had like 80 bananas for a little order of onion rings.
The Donkey Kong barrel worth of bananas.
I'm always shocked how cheap bananas are.
They're crazy, right? It's great.
Yeah.
You get one, they're like 23 cents. You're like, you gotta be shitting.
Yeah, dude,
they're almost just like, take a whole bundle, fuckface.
Right,
yeah. They're like, I don't want 9 bananas. Like, you just throw them away. It doesn't
Honestly,
matter.
Yeah, it
I
happens.
can't think of a single thing cheaper than a banana. Like even the quarter things, the shit that's absolute trash that you get going into a grocery mart, 25 cents.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a good point. I don't.
And a banana's nutritious. That's the crazy part.
It's got
too.
enough. Like it's not that bad. Like it's got 100 calories probably ish. You know,
Probably.
you can get full off of bananas.
Dale, how much would I have to pay you to get you to eat like only bananas for like 5 days and document how you feel and come back on here?
$2,500.
25. Fuck. All right, that's more money than I have.
Wait. We could get this.
We could.
We own the rights to the footage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, go for it.
25,000. Yeah, we can find.
Wait, 2,500.
Oh, you said 2,500. Oh, we can really get this.
No,
to watch you eat only bananas, that would be pretty
for
funny.
5 days, sure.
Yeah, maybe we should up the days
To 7.
to 7. Yeah, we want a full week.
It's like a super high me, but with bananas.
Yeah. All right.
Super size me. Sorry, yeah.
Dude, you're gonna be so constipated.
You're gonna turn yellow. You're gonna get jaundice or jaundice. I said you said it wrong the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jaundice.
Si se puede.
Yeah.
You're going to have jaundice. Don't do that. You're going to get jaundice.
Oh shit. All right, dude. So I stalked your Instagram for a while to ask you some questions. Are you still?
No.
What?
Wait,
No?
which one are you gonna say?
I was gonna ask if you're still gay, and was your answer no?
Yeah, me and Susie got a life on the farm.
No. Are you still sober?
Sober, yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Off of booze.
So you don't drink? Is there any other like? Do you have
I
a
don't like
leniency or no?
weed. I
Okay.
never did. Well, I did actually in high school. I went to school in Colorado.
Okay,
So it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like normalized there. But I really like shrooms.
Okay, yeah.
So like I just saw the new Avatar.
yeah.
on
IMAX
shrooms.
3D.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No. I thought IMAX 3D was a mistake because when I was doing the 3D, my eyes hurt the
Yeah.
whole time, and it was
makes
too
you
long to
sick,
have
bro.
glasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm
I've made that mistake before.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe 3D technology hasn't died. Because I don't feel like anyone really goes and sees 3D movies. I feel like everyone is like, please don't get 3D tickets, no matter
that's
what
how
it is.
I feel now too. Yeah.
If someone bought me 3D tickets to see a 3-hour movie, I would just make up an excuse why I couldn't go.
All right. Top 3 excuses why you can't go.
Top 3 excuses. I gotta eat bananas for 7 days straight.
No, you can eat them there.
Yeah.
I'll help you. I'll help you sneak them in.
Okay. My wife that I'm secretly gay for on the farm needs me home.
You're gay for your wife?
No, that I'm.
Damn, dude.
That's kind of
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, okay. All right. Third excuse for why I can't go to the movies. I'm the understudy in the Les Miserables play at the Austin Theater downtown.
Is that really playing?
I don't know. Well, I just
Nice,
picked the
that's
music
a good
up. Yeah, that was
line.
a good
That's
one.
a
See,
good
that
line.
would've got you though.
Yeah, because now I'm switching theaters. I'm gonna go buy us tickets to that.
Yeah, you're like, yo,
now
I'll
you-
just come to your performance.
Yeah.
We don't need to see
Can you
Avatar.
get me tickets?
Yeah, sure, dude. I'll get you tickets.
Who are you the understudy for? Which character?
I'm the for Theodore. He's like the second chipmunk in the play.
Oh, in Les Mis.
Yeah, in Les
I've
Mis.
heard
Yeah,
of
this
that,
is Alvin and the Chipmunks like rendition of Les Mis.
Is it on ice too? Is
Some of it. Some of it's on water, and then some of it's on vapor. We're doing like all 3 forms of water. It's like a science thing too. It's educational for kids.
That sounds right up the Chipmunks alleyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really groundbreaking. I think New York Times said we're like one of the top.
And you're the understudy?
I'm the understudy.
Could you
for
do the
Theodore.
voice, or do they?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they tell me not to do it a lot because it
Well, you do a
messes
little
it
bit.
up. But like,
you got to pay tickets normally.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, hey there, I'm Theodore. I'm the fat little chipmunk. Look at me. Do you want to know about water science?
No, I want to learn about France and the
Oh,
revolution.
France, they're terrible at wars. They always surrender and commit genocide.
What about the Civil War? The one that it's about. The
Well,
French.
if you ask
blah, blah.
Theodore, that Civil War, because Theodore likes the South in the other Civil War.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Sorry,
Yeah.
chipmunks, be racist.
What?
And that's chipmunks.
Yeah, and that's the play that
Okay,
I'm.
well, I hope it does well.
Yeah,
I hope the other guy gets hurt and you get to play it.
Yes, I've been poisoning him slowly with detergent in his coffees every morning.
How slowly?
I was gonna say, I think he's gonna become immune to it at this point.
Yeah, I feel like you don't do that slowly. You do that fast.
yeah, you're right. I'm giving him like a tolerance.
Yes, you
I'm
can't
just gonna
do that.
start cracking one Tide Pod in his coffee like an egg. You know, just like a little Rocky style.
Will
Just
that hurt?
him?
Yeah.
I'm hoping so.
Okay.
That's the thing is like they said Tide Pods you couldn't eat them, but I feel like you'd still be okay if you ate
I
one.
feel like you're okay.
If you only ate one, if you started like eating like Gushers, that's probably
We're redoing the Tide Pod. I feel like you'd be fine. No, like the thing is, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah, next week we'll be here. I'm bringing Tide Pods. We're getting fucked up.
How much could I pay you to eat Tide Pods for 7 days straight?
Yeah, if we...
Would you trade one Tide Pod for 5 days of bananas?
I will eat one Tide Pod to watch you eat bananas for a week. Because you're right. Deep down, I believe that I'll be all right if I eat just one.
That's crazy.
Which they definitely are like, do not eat one, you will die. But I just
kids, really don't think so. That's for kids. You'll be fine.
I'm a grown adult. An average American is not my height, so they weren't accounting for the extra bones.
Also, if my body gets taken out by one single Tide Pod, I'm a bitch. I don't want to live this life. You know, I don't want to live this bitch existence anymore, dude.
Real talk. This is why you're a recurring guest. Yeah.
You know what? He died, but he was supposed to die.
This guy,
And I hope he never comes back, and I hope karma doesn't exist. Reincarnation better not exist for this bitch. That's a pretty good deal, and you're going to save a lot of money on food.
Yeah.
Dude, if I only ate bananas, dog, I would be rich.
Yeah.
I would save so much.
I won't have to eat much either because I'll just be getting my stomach pumped for several days because I ate a Tide Pod. But
would you swallow it?
Isn't that how you eat things?
No. Well, okay, you could take it like a pill, or you could.
If I were eating it, I feel like a cheater if I'm just gonna pop it. You know what I mean? I can't just pop a Tide Pod.
I love the honor coming into play at this point.
I'm not. Very honorable way to eat.
I'm gonna go out. If I go out, all I have is my word, dude, and I gotta keep that, and that's all that matters. Yeah.
I really love the idea of you back on bananas, going out on a date or something, but you ask for bananas, and they're like, no, we don't just have bananas. He's like, it's okay, I brought my own. slap a stack
I love
of
you
bananas
freaking out too. You're like, I talked to the staff before. You said you have bananas. You make a banana cream dessert. I can't have one fucking banana. Let me talk to your manager.
Excuse me.
So where are you from?
Yeah.
He's just right back to the date.
She's like, I'm so sorry. He loves his bananas. Yeah. He's doing this. His friend ate a Tide Pod, and he has to do this now.
I have to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Brandon died for nothing.
I'm so hangry. I have no protein in myself. Yeah. Is there enough protein in there?
Fuck no. There's no way. There can't be.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up what the protein value of a banana.
There's got to be maybe 1 gram of protein in a banana. Like at most.
I do this on my phone because I'm not on the Wi-Fi.
Also, I think bananas, I would have to eat a shit ton of, because like you need like 2,000 calories ish a day to survive as an adult human being.
Yeah, we gotta just pull up.
I would have to eat like 20 bananas.
Okay, you can drink beer too.
Oh, we're good.
There's all the carbs you need right there. We're still all right. I'm pulling up the nutrition facts.
Also, I've never
banana.
eaten a banana and drank a beer, but I can imagine it would make you throw up immediately. You know,
right. No, I
carbonation
before
would be
rehab.
insane.
That's pretty much was my diet. That's
No
why.
way.
That's actually like why I'm pretty like keen on this banana thing.
So you survived this.
I've kind of done it on accident.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool. How much calories do you think are in a banana, Dale?
130.
It's 90.
It's 89. That was very
Depending on size, though, is that a medium size? Is that a large size?
It says facts for 1 medium size banana.
Oh, that's
grams.
a medium, a large. Look at a large.
Eat big bananas. Well, we could just do the math.
What the fuck? I'm not gonna eat medium.
Days, you're not even a fucking large banana.
Yeah, dude, I want
one
the
gay
GMO
guy on the
giant.
podcast, and you're talking about eating large bananas, dude.
No, I could. I often do.
Not
That's
saying
why,
it's my thing, but I can do it.
1 gram of protein. So you're gonna and you're getting 22.8 grams of carbs. So the beer, you're gonna be carb loading for sure. You're gonna have to exercise. Or you're gonna become a little
that's
fatty.
cool. I'm bulking right now anyway, so this is gonna be somewhat of a clean, dirty bulk.
Yeah,
clean, dirty. That's what it is. Yeah,
dirty
midway.
I'm only eating bananas and beer, but I'm getting fat as shit.
This is 7 days. I really think you guys should do this.
This would be, oh God, we would get, you don't understand how sick we would get.
No, he'd be fine.
You're right. I would get so sick.
No, you might not though. They could be thousands of kids did that Tide Pod challenge.
Yeah.
None of them died.
You're right. Okay, all right. We got to get you on this. What are you going to do to become a part
I'll
of this?
move in with Susie down by the river.
You have sex with a woman for 7 days.
7 days.
I'll eat bananas for 7 days. He'll eat a Tide Pod. That's
all right,
cool.
yeah, this is fair. We're all doing things we
and it's
don't
all
wanna
on
do.
camera.
If you guys want to be our Susie, we'll take it auditions. What I'm going to need you to do is have 3 kids and a mountain home already.
It would be cool if we could find maybe a Susie who lives on a banana farm and does laundry, because then she'll have Tide Pods, bananas, and a pussy, and that's what we need.
So this is somewhat of a retreat that we're going to have, like a fellas hangout retreat for 7 days.
Yeah.
Honestly, I get a little bit of a benefit off that laundry thing, too.
Yeah.
Me and Susie.
Yeah, it'd be nice. You'd have a nice stay-at-home wife, you know?
I could do this for 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually married, though, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy, and how long have you been married for?
Married 2 years.
And you've been doing comedy for?
So I've been doing stand-up for like 6.
Okay.
But before that, I was doing improv.
Okay.
At in LA, and then I blew out my knee playing rugby. Moved to Denver. They have a.
Damn, you played rugby? That's
Yeah.
badass, dude.
Were you a thickie back then?
I was 210.
Okay, yeah.
But
how much do you weigh right now, if you don't mind?
I'm
asking?
184.
Okay, yeah.
Damn it,
wow,
dude,
yeah,
I was
you'd
gonna
be
ask. I was gonna say 185, dog.
Yeah,
I was.
that's
on
what I
it.
would have guessed.
I was
that'd be
on it.
another 30 pounds, and
Yeah.
you'd be fucking crazy
yeah.
beefy.
I was a little bit like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was in Denver. I got my knee reconstructed. I don't know the right word. Repaired, and then I moved down to here 6 years ago.
Damn. Has it been? Because how long were you dating your dude before you guys got married?
3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So total of 5.
Okay, so you were doing stand up for most of the time. So he met you when you were doing it. Okay, that's cool. Is it weird going on the road and doing things with a husband? Does it ever like having a significant other that you're tied down to, does it feel weird or different having to go on the road? Is it hard? You know what I'm saying?
It might be if I was straight.
Okay.
I feel like there are different rules for straight people.
Yeah.
We have a rule like if we're in different cities and we can fuck whoever.
Oh, okay, that's cool then. Yeah.
And it's not this I don't know. It's more of like a, what did you do? Like an encouragement. Like, you know how you like good things for your friends to happen?
Yeah.
It's like that. There's no territory and then do they own your pussy now?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not, that part's easier.
Erica, my girl listens to this pod. I hope you're really listening right now. We could take some notes, you know?
I mean, I always find that men get more jealous than women.
As much as I'm joking, I would absolutely die if she had sex with one other person.
Yeah.
Spiral out of control. I might kill the person. I'd go crazy.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
Yeah, you know I'm vindictive.
I've seen the anger. You
you
definitely seem like the kind of guy that's like, wait, you're talking to the guy that you work with?
No.
Are you crazy?
No.
Are you crazy? He came over to the house while I'm gone?
Okay, well, now I'm back on your side. Yeah, I'd be mad. Yeah. What are you bringing your work friend over for? What the fuck?
They were just hanging out, drinking wine,
That's
watching Too Hot to Handle. What's wrong?
You're just disrespectful. Yeah, so I mean that part is easy. The hard part for me is finding the line of for me, I'm an open book.
Yeah.
But to be the owner of somebody else's book and then trying to I have a joke that I think is one of the funniest things in the entire world.
Yeah.
And I had to before I even started writing it, his dad died from and it's funny to me, cocaine overdose.
Yeah.
And that is just so funny to me because I don't know.
You sound like Dale's first joke you wrote.
So I'll tell you, it's easily my favorite joke that I've ever written. But I had to be like, yo, is it cool if I write about your dead dad or? Because it's not my dead dad, you know. Even my talking shit about my dad, I'm going all of it's true, but I still don't want it to hurt his feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that.
It's coming from a silly fun point, and you were never writing the joke that you were I'm
intention's
going to
never
hurt him.
to hurt your family's feelings.
Right.
Yeah. I have a lot of similar jokes. My dad is just he's a crazy person, just ex-drug addict, prisoner guy, just hilarious, wants to fuck every human being on the planet. He's a dog. He's a dog of a human being. And I have some jokes about him, and every time, he really wants to hear them.
Yeah.
I'm I feel like it's gonna hurt your feelings, pal.
That's so funny. I thought you were gonna be like, I'm in danger now. Because remember Mac's dad from Always
Dude, that is his dad. His dad is Mac's dad from It's Always Sunny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I never thought about that.
The first time I met him,
really?
Yeah,
that's the first person I thought of.
Oh, it's you.
Pretty on point.
It's
actually,
pretty on point because the first time I met his dad, we were at a show together, and I walk up to him and he's at the bar and I'm like a little high, so I have like the kind of just resting high guy face, and he was just like, why the fuck is this guy looking at me like that? And I was like, and he was just like, and he kind of looked at me and I was like, dude, I'm just really high right now, and he was like, oh, my fucking man, hell yeah. And I was like, I'm so scared of you.
Yeah.
Like, he's also, his dad is like 5'4", so he's
damn.
he shouldn't scare me, but I was like, yes sir, whatever you want, I'll grab your pocket, sir, like you're in charge.
He's tattooed from head to toe. He's like he's been in prison for most of my life, but he's a super charismatic, fun guy to be around. Everyone loves him.
He's still fun and nice. Like, that's the thing, he's scary but also so fun at the same time.
Yeah. It's a rewarding thing to hang out with him and not get hurt.
Oh, and you want him to like you instantly.
Yes.
You're like, please like me.
That's my entire dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
It's all colonels, all like Marines.
Intimidating guys that you like want to innately impress for some reason. They're just manly men. They just seem cooler than you, and you're like, you want them to like you.
And they can definitively hurt you.
Yeah.
Because it's that prison, that military, there's something that's like a little off about them, Dad. Like the seriousness that it took for them to do that.
Yes.
And then, the respect you have for it too. We're just like, I never want to do that. I never want to go to prison, and I never want to be in the military.
Yeah,
so
I feel like every man has a general respect for someone that's in the military and also someone that's a criminal.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Like you just feel like they're tough for some reason.
Yeah, you do. I mean, unless there's like the few, like child rapists and shit. And I don't think anyone really is like, they're cool.
But you got to respect their time. They're, you can't show up late to that meeting. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah,
He did do the time.
All those To Catch a Predator episodes, and he never got caught. You know?
You don't. I mean, you don't leave him alone. So you respect the fact that he's a little dangerous.
Yeah, he's got some danger to him. Not for you because you're an adult.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Did you do any modeling ever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I was like, there was a lot of pictures that I was like,
I try to take most of them down. Like, I mean, there might be some up, but I really try to scrub the internet of like that.
I thought you had what I would describe as several like thirst trap photos on your Instagram, and one of the things I had was we have a bunch of questions that are pretty much just gay questions.
Okay,
that we're gonna ask. Here.
Hey, as long as I can speak on behalf of an entire group of people.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. And if you got any straight questions for us, we got you, dog.
Okay, good.
It goes. But
I feel like straight people are easier to figure out, but.
I was curious as to the thing is I saw the thirst trap and I was like, all right, I respect it, and it's more straight dudes don't really post a ton of thirst traps. It's more like women. It's the straight women posting thirst traps. As a gay dude posting a thirst trap, do DMs just blow up right away? Like guys aren't slick with it, right? They're just immediately in there because it's like I've never.
What is a typical slide in for you? Like what is?
Okay, so there's a range.
Okay.
And it's truly as small as high.
Yeah.
Or as just like overt as just a picture of an asshole.
Wow, asshole.
Like spread eagle, deeper than you ever seen into any hole.
Yeah.
You're looking into like it looks like not scientifically possible.
Right. You're looking through into maybe another universe,
like
possibly.
a gaping hole. And you're going, how did you get it to open? Like it's like an open mouth, but it's a butthole. So it's a range.
Is that an enticing? is the gaping butthole? Is that like
for me? No.
Okay.
But it is for some people. Like it obviously. What I know that it obviously works because these people do it.
Right.
Yeah, but I guess a better way to put it is like I feel like straight guys have very little game. Most of them. I feel like it's kind of easy to be like a straight guy's go-to like thirst trap comment is like hard eyes or like when are we gonna hang out? Like not very good planning or saying. Yeah. So I was curious if you think maybe that like if there's kind of game that comes with it, or is it still just the same dull, dumb guy brain?
No, that's the spectrum is that. I mean, one person's putting it all on the table and being like, hey, put your dick in me.
I guess it's so different than a dick pic to a girl either.
But, I mean, you're also getting dick pics. I feel like gaping hole comes a little further this way than dick pic. Because then there's like bulge pic. Then there's just like face pic. Then there's, I mean, and it's all like, do you want to spend time with me or are you going to be upfront with what you want? Yeah. And I find that no matter how sexual you are, just being upfront with how you feel is like a very gay, like we've normalized it a little bit more. Yeah. So that we don't have to play the charade of like, I really respect your work. Your work as a project manager for that one job. You are accomplished and read good. That's what I'm looking for in a woman, is read good. Do you read good? I feel like some people play that it's just it's absolute bullshit. I mean, ultimately, I've been in sexual situations where I'm fucking this person, and then afterwards we go like, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah. Like, I don't feel like that happens a lot in straight land.
It's not, because it's like, I mean, it's funny, because if you ask almost any guy or woman, they might lie, but I think deep down they're just like, guys and girls can't be friends. Or if they are, it has to be like, oh, you work with them. Or like, you're both comedians. Or like, and if you are friends, it's like deep down, one of you wants to fuck each other. And it's probably the guy that wants to fuck the girl more than the other way around.
Usually, yeah.
And there's not just that, it's just, there's not that, that hang. I think even when like you hang with as a guy with a girlfriend, like even when I hang with a girl and we both are clearly like we're both comedians, like we're just hanging out, there's still that weird aura of like, oh my gosh, like it's a girl and a guy hanging out, where I guess like
does she like me? Does I like her?
Is there
like
something
what is happening here? What's
you read into everything?
What's hard is that there's the truth is that this society and our culture has hurt women to the point of that there's a lot of pain and trauma there. Yeah. So you absolutely have to acknowledge the fact that it could be delicate. Yeah. And so if you go like, if you don't acknowledge that, then you're playing into this whole thing of like, oh, then he just wanted me for my fucking work. He didn't care about me at all. It's like, I don't know the line. It's really complicated, and I think like forgiving people in that strife is really hard. I don't know. I don't hang around. I find myself both not hanging around a lot of women and only hanging around women.
Yeah. I feel like...
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually think what you said was super interesting, the idea of like we've hurt women so much that you're like, you do have to take it in this delicate way, where men, it's like we're so like hard exterior that I feel like because it's two men, there's almost, we can just be like, all right, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right.
Instead of the game, like you said, the game you have to play, where you're like, I respect your work. And you're there's no game to be had. That's a really fucking interesting way to look at it.
It might make it easier, right? In a weird way for like a gay relationship, almost easier to be super upfront.
I mean, that is what I have told myself. I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
I'm sure there's still the same amount of liars and cheaters on every side. So you still run into that.
Right. But it's also, you have to distinguish whether or not it is lust or love. And then you have to know, what's hard for being gay is that there's not a lot of like love stories. So you can't compare yourself and be like, this is my role model is this, so I can replicate that. So this is that because I understand this to be like, so at some point you start forging your own path and you go like, okay, I want more of these types of people in my life because they are positive to me, and I'm going to cut these people out because what are they doing for me? And that to me is the gay experience, where it's like you don't necessarily have anyone telling you what to do, but you have to figure it out yourself. And actually, that's probably a very straight thing too.
Yeah,
but in a different way.
I hear where you're... Yeah. No, but that's really interesting, too, because you're right. There's not a whole lot of, like, gay love stories that are like, oh, this is what to expect.
Right.
I know. Like, when I was growing up as a kid, I wanted to be in an Adam Sandler love relationship more than anything.
Yes.
Which one?
50 First Dates.
Yeah, we should make a gay 50 First Dates where I lose my memory from eating Tide Pods. And you're addicted to eating bananas.
And I've been living on a farm with Susie.
And she puts in this tape every day and she's like, so you found out you were gay. And we're still together.
Yeah. That would be so funny. Yeah, but I think it's like the same thing we were saying where it's like, oh, I'm programmed a little to want to live on the farm. We're like, yeah, I'm programmed to want a wife. Where it's, because there was nothing ever to make you think. Not that there was like explicitly like, no, you can't be gay, but there was no like, hey, it's okay.
And I feel like most of the media.
There was absolutely explicitly in my life, no, it's not okay to be gay.
Yeah.
For sure. A billion percent. Even coming with my own family unit, for sure. But I think that the flip side of it, whereas like the first turn is you go, well, it's the exact same. Love is love, right? But it's like really not true, especially when there's tropes of like hero and I don't know what they're called, damsel in distress. So like often women find men who do shit for them, right? And they're like, and my man, he's a man's man. He brings home the bacon, baby. Right. Like, if you try to replicate that, then, like, ultimately, you're just taking advantage of one person.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, at some point, I think that was my first gay relationship. I truly was. I was in a relationship with a doctor. This is when I was throwing the chocolate. I wasn't doing well. I wasn't a good guy.
Hell yeah.
I was drinking a lot of boxed wine. I was in like a box a day. I don't know how many calories that is.
Oh my God, you animal.
But
it's good for you. It's good for you.
Less than a more than a banana, for sure.
But I fell into that like damsel in distress and be like, he's bringing home the bacon, baby.
Yeah.
You know? So it's hard to know. Like, you don't become a person until you find out, you know, kind of your own morals and values and figuring that shit out. But it's I don't know. It's all the same for everybody. Ultimately, you have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the gay stories too. It's like, oh, this is a salacious story. It's never like
so corny.
It's never normal. It's always like, oh wow, he left his kids, and he's a politician that left his kids and family because he's gay, and you're like, why isn't it just a cool thing? Why can't it just be a normal couple of guys that are like, hey, we're gay, homie?
It's just not a really good. This is not a good story.
I
kind of got bored halfway through. And then they went to Denny's. They couldn't find something better. No,
right.
Even we just watched the new That 90s show came out on Netflix, and they have a gay character, and it's like the most weird. Like He's how I think I would write a gay character as a straight white man. Like, he has the gay voice. Everything is like, yes, he's sassy, he's rude. He dances randomly in scenes for no reason. And I'm like, how did someone, like, what straight white guy wrote this?
I honestly have had roles for me written like that.
Hell yeah.
And they go like, no, we wrote you in. And actually, we wrote it for you. We thought of you when we wrote this. And I'm looking at him like, you out of your fucking mind?
You don't know me.
And then I have to become a writer and I have to like rewrite their shit. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Something I wanted to pick your brain on too is, and I've been trying to work like a bit on this, is I think straight white people, when they get together, they do gay stuff all the time, but it's like a funny, weird, silly, like almost like taboo thing where it's like when you get together with the boys, they're slapping each other, grabbing each other's nuts. I've been kissed by so many of my friends. Like I don't know why that's such a big thing, but it maybe even it's more in California too, growing up, where it's like,
no, that's everywhere.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I lived in England for a little bit, and it was like they do gay shit.
But then it's like, if you were to be like, you're gay, that would be like one of the worst things you could accuse them of.
Yeah.
But you are doing stuff that's like so borderline that I'm like, you're gay. Like,
fuck off, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
What? Just because I got a tellywhack in between your butt cheeks? Just because I'm bum deep in you, mate? Just because you can feel the balls back in your throat? Doesn't make me gay, mate. Make you gay a little bit.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like ultimately we do prefer to act in a loving societal way and show each other affection. And I think that just like somewhere along the line, and I blame the Christians, I always do. That there was a distinction made where it's like that makes you gay, which makes you unlovable, which makes you not part of the group. If that's true, then what would you do to avoid that? And you just don't want to be ultimately none of us want to be alone. So like that I think, and even doing gay shit doesn't exist. Like,
that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, if ultimately, if you fucked him in his ass,
that's gay.
Okay. No, right. You could walk away from that and go be straight the rest of your life. You know,
that's a crazy thought to have too, because like if I did just randomly have sex with a guy one night, I think my whole life would stop in that moment and be like, what is
that's what you've been told,
right?
Because
exactly.
hey, I've tried pickles and then been like, hey, I don't like pickles. Just because I tried it once doesn't mean I love pickles.
Yeah, you're
for the
a
rest
fucking
of my
pickle
life.
eater, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know. You've been keeping this a secret. You dumb fucking.
Brandon, you're eating pickles now.
You're right though. Yeah, I guess you're right. Because if you equate it to other stuff, just because you try something once and then you're like, oh, that's not for me, it doesn't mean you're permanently now like that or are that. Wow, that's crazy.
It seems so simple, but yeah, no, it's totally like, yeah.
We got some stuff to do tonight.
Boys' night.
Boys' night. Yeah, right after I'm like, why do they always make gay jokes and then I just can't stop making them?
No, I'm allowed to say it now. No, I'm allowed to say it because I've been inside him and he's been inside me.
Oh, fuck. All right, we're about to hit the hour mark here. You guys want to do a few more would you rathers and wrap this up?
Sure.
Hell yeah. All right. Would you rather have no drawbacks to eating candy, no drawbacks to eating fried food, or no drawbacks to doing drugs?
Drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs is the fun one because it's like, wouldn't you like to push yourself to where you could overdose and not overdose? Like that'd be kind of. You don't feel terrible the next day. There's no serotonin drop. Assume drugs, alcohol's a drug, so let's account it. If you drink, there's no hangover.
Right.
Like, that is pretty nice. And it's like...
Yeah, if I could drink without a hangover, I might do it every day.
Every day, yeah.
Because that's the main reason I don't do it. Is because I've always had hangovers. Like
you feel shitty, you look shitty, like your body is negatively affected. But
the depression, the wake up in the morning, you're just like, what happened?
Well, people take like Molly and they're like, it was the greatest night of my life, and then the next worst 2 days ever. Yeah, you can just take Molly every day. I mean, this would be so dangerous.
Yeah. But I did that for a week. I did Molly for a comedy festival I was on, and because the guy was like, dude, you shouldn't be doing coke, dude. That's really bad for you.
Yeah.
I have Molly though. And so I did Molly every day, just getting sadder and sadder as the week went on, but then doing more and more Molly to try to combat that.
Through it,
I got done with that festival. I literally called. I was like, will I ever be happy again? And he was like, dude, did you not take 5-HTP, my bro?
You're like, oh, my bad, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I guess I didn't. So yeah, I would say drugs for sure. I guess for me, drugs have been such a crutch in a way to flex my brain to understand different things.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I didn't have any burn factor on that, drugs.
Yeah.
Expand your mind candy? More. What are the negative effects of candy? Who wrote this fucking thing?
Someone on Reddit. Sorry, man.
Is that on Reddit?
Yeah, I get all the would you rathers from Reddit. There's a whole subreddit of would you rathers.
Candy.
Fried food. The fried food, I get that because it is the best food and it does make you feel shitty.
I feel like this question was written by a fat person. Like, see, some people don't understand that hamburgers are like math.
100% food addict. Yeah,
you're right. That's actually the best way to put it. Is you're right because I thought it was interesting because Dale lives with me. I do eat a lot of candy, like a bad amount of candy. Where he'll be like, "What's wrong with you?"
No, I do that too.
Okay, yeah. I saw you snacking on Sour Patch in the green room, and I was like,
I'll fucking house a box, no problem.
Yeah, I've never understood that. I just don't have a sweet tooth, but when I see him do it, and it's like in amounts that I would never have even done when I was a child.
And
but maybe you could have used a dad in your life.
Yeah. Sorry, I was loved growing up, asshole.
I was just like, no, my dad wouldn't think that's cool.
No, dude, if you eat that much candy, you won't grow above 5'5". That's what my dad said. He said, if you eat that much candy, you're gonna end up in prison.
And it's like, I get you eating the other stuff and being able to be healthy is cool, but you put it best. There's no fried chicken. There's no box of candy that is as good as meth.
And you can quote me on that.
It's my running slogan for mayor. There's nothing as good as meth. But that's the thing. Is like, you're right. If I would never do meth because all the bad things that would come with it. But if you're like, hey, Brandon, you could do meth and then you can go function the next day, no addiction, your teeth won't fall out. I'm doing meth right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people on meth and it genuinely they're unfazed by anything. it seems like the most incredible depression fix of all time.
It seems cool.
I was in rehab with a lot of people who run meth, and in rehab, you constantly are going like, man, I could really use a beer right now.
Yeah.
But the meth heads are like, I would really love to do meth. And I one time I asked him, I was like, what would you do if you were on meth right now? He's like, I don't know, probably like mow my lawn and then figure out it was wrong, so I had to use scissors. Like, okay.
Oh my,
That's awesome.
That's the best meth answer of all time.
I love that.
And he was like, and I want to do it.
Yeah. That's what, dude, I remember like, shout out Dad. He was on meth like for a little bit, just a little bit. And then he went to prison like shortly after that. Yeah, because he told me, he was like,
That's the only way to get off meth is to go to prison.
Pretty
or
much.
rehab.
It's a really hard stop.
It's really hard to stop. But I remember like he would just do shit and be happy about it. And like, dude, he would, I went back to my mom's house one weekend and then I came back to his house and all of a sudden, we never had Legos in our house. All of a sudden we had not shelves that were not built there before. He had built shelves and like maybe 100 Lego sets that he had done in a week.
What?
Yeah. And he was like, look, you like Legos, right? And I was like, I'm 15.
Right. But also, like, if you were 10, like, Dad, I wanted to build the Legos. You did the Legos for
Yes,
me.
This is the least fun part.
I
I want to look at Legos. That's what Lego Hey, so Lego fucking moved into Lego land.
He's like, it's cool. I'll undo them all right now. It's fine. Whatever you want to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, people on meth, they're fun.
Yeah.
They're a little weird to get along with because they're on their own, on their own
they're
wavelength.
wild.
But
No, never do meth.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it up with this last one. I had one more, but it's would you rather be high on shrooms 24/7 or drunk? But you can't drink and you like shrooms, so that's
One
easy
second.
for you.
Cool. Thanks for the break.
Yeah, of course. All right, we'll do this last would you rather, and then we'll let you plug your stuff and wrap it up here so we can get to music and get back to work. Would you rather never watch movies again or never watch TV shows again?
Is Netflix TV?
If there's TV shows on Netflix, like, so you can watch any streaming service, you just can't watch movies on them, and you can only watch TV shows, or vice versa.
I'm going TV shows.
Yeah, I like TV shows way more than movies, and they're like better. I get that it's a longer commitment, but like a 10 episode season can tell such a better story than a 2-hour movie.
I would disagree. Is there a TV series that's changed your life like
Breaking Bad. Yes.
Breaking Bad.
Changed my life?
Change your life. I've had movies that have like genuinely probably changed the course of my life.
Like The Giver or something?
That's a good one.
Like what?
Like
You can't claim this and then have nothing.
No,
bro.
I wouldn't be here right now if my mom hadn't watched Boogie Nights in the 80s and fucked my dad while she was on meth. Don't tell me that there's a movie that's never changed your life. My mom loved MASH. Okay, but she...
Was it Elf that taught you to love Christmas and spread joy?
No. It wasn't Adam Sandler.
I mean, I get what you mean. Like
yeah.
Those movies where they have a message at the end where it's like, live life better, enjoy it. Like, I saw the movie Life with Eddie Murphy, that old like 1990 movie where they're on the chain gang, and like the whole thing is like, live your life to your fullest. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, I got to, but like I can also get that from a fucking Instagram quote that's like, live your life to the fullest.
Doesn't
like
hit the same.
I don't need to watch, a movie.
I mean, the Star Wars series, is that movie?
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah.
Okay, we can get rid of those.
I love Star
Wow, really?
I like them.
You could just dump
I like them, but like, I just made a hard commitment. I'm not going back.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing.
Wow.
The Star Wars series are great, and you can tell so much more, and with series and shows, and so
Like
I would.
Andor?
It's supposed to be a hard question. I would miss movies. I do love movies, but like
also it's kind of not fair anymore because now like TV shows. They're
Are
an hour
movie
long.
quality.
Yeah, they're an
Yeah.
hour. It's basically a movie.
Yeah, the first episode of Last of Us was an hour and 30 minutes. I was
That's
like, this is
crazy.
a movie for the first episode.
Of course, yeah.
Which is an unfair advantage. But yeah, so for that reason, I'm not, you can't beat them, join them. I'm going TV.
Do you have
Just
like
because it's unfair doesn't mean it's not there.
Have fun with your movies,
Clearly,
loser.
it's like, well, that's like choosing a Ferrari over a sedan. I mean, or a Hyundai or whatever.
Yeah.
And being like, well, I love Hyundais. They changed my mom's life. Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, you should.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
A million of them. The one that I like had stuck in my head. I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I watch and
Amazing.
repeat.
Amazing show.
My favorite, like off off the beaten path a little bit. Ooh, I mean, I think You Should Leave is probably the best sketch series ever to be written. Mm-hmm. But I think my favorite sitcom, I don't know what it is, whatever, no context, Norseman.
No, I've never even heard of it.
It is the best show I've ever seen. It's basically what if Seinfeld was that took place in the Viking era.
Wow.
So they're like, oh, what are you going to get for dinner? It's like, oh, well, we're about to go on a raid. So I wouldn't want to be too full while I'm raping. It's like,
I got to check this out. This sounds funny.
Yeah, is it like... when is this made?
Is it on like recent? C-SPAN or something?
No, it was made in Norway, but it's all in English.
Oh, okay.
It's all Norwegian actors, but it's made in English, and it's honestly like, ugh, I hate to be a slave in these days. It's not like Rome. Rome is so much better than here.
Dude, that's okay. That's a good recommendation.
Yeah,
Norse, never heard that. Norseman.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
We'll have to check that out. I want to give you a second. Plug your Instagram, anything you want. The floor is yours, and we'll wrap it up here.
I got 2 podcasts. Some of This Is Bad and Seasoned Vets. It's a sports podcast. It's not about sports because I hate sports. Speaking of which, the Super Bowl is coming up. If you don't know, so catch me on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Creek in the Cave is a fun place to go.
Great place.
Colton Dowling is my name.
Fuck yeah.
And don't do meth.
Yeah, that's
cool.
That's
good message.
That's good vibes. Yeah, guys, follow him. Everything will be in the bio if you want to check out more of his stuff. Links to all of that. Daylen, I'll throw your stuff in there. Anything you want to plug? I mean, you're always on here.
I concur. Don't do meth.
Yeah, don't do meth. That's good vibes. Eat your bananas. If you want to try a Tide Pod, I'll have you.
We only need 2,500. If you guys could start a GoFundMe, please start that. It's not that expensive.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
I think we could get this really going. I think amongst the Austin comedy community and people surrounded in it,
there's about 2,500.
We should do a show here that raises funds to get you to eat bananas for a week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I like this.
We do a pre and a post. He goes back the next week. He just like
emaciated, sick as
so sad.
We'll bring 6 homeless guys, and you got to pick Daylen out of a lineup.
Wow.
You won't be able to tell the difference.
And then,
that's
and
cool.
It's just
I like that.
And you'll eat your last banana there.
Yeah,
I really like that.
That'd be sweet.
Cool.
All right, hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. This is a fucking great episode. Thank you for letting us record here too. I love the whole vibe and setup here.
Yeah.
So
hopefully you're here soon back.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'll be here. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. If this is your first time or your 137th time, I appreciate you. Most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
Yeah. Check it out now, it's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna, it's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna, like that. Check it out now, check it out. Yo, this one right here is about a girl, and you've seen this girl before if you've been to any club in the whole wide world. Check it out, her nickname's Last Resort.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.